Director of Services for Limerick City and County Council for Transport and Mobility. We are here today for the signing of contracts for the Coonagh and Machine Distributor Road Scheme. It has been a long road to get to this point today, but this is a significant step in the development of this crucial piece of infrastructure on the north side of Limerick City, and it has the potential to really open up Moyross for the future. So I would like to invite the Mayor of Limerick, John Moran, to address it.
Deputy OD, my fellow councillors from Limerick, and indeed the councillors from Clare, our Director General, Dr. Daly, Charles and Kennedy there, and the other representatives from Wills Brothers, importantly the residents of Moyross and other distinguished guests. I put to an announcement that I thought we were coming here for a basketball game with the councillors of Limerick against the councillors of Clare, but I'm happy to say we're here for a much more important reason here in terms of what we're up to today. I don't need to tell anybody in the room what, and no pun intended, long road this has been to get to today. And if anything, I suppose, from a personal perspective, the first real introduction I had to the community of Moyross and the strength of the community of Moyross actually was about this road when I was in the Land Development Agency. And I was going to say enthusiasm, which is one word, but the energy and the commitment that the community of Moyross coming together displayed to actually make everybody understand across the country, not just here in Limerick, because I think Pat and his team have been involved in that already knew the importance of the road. But to the ingenuity, the use of social media, and you're out there and you know you are, in terms of who did this. I mean, I just take my hats off in terms of an exercise of bringing a community, a county, a Midwest region together to explain the importance of what seems like a small piece of infrastructure, but was such an important piece of infrastructure for our community was something that I think the history books about Moyross will actually hopefully record the names of those people that were involved in that. Because I do think that every one of us here in this room understands the importance of infrastructure like this is not just about being able to drive a car in and out of Moyross on the east-west side. It's about sending a strong message of inclusiveness in terms of a strong message of the key pivotal role that the geographical location we're in, first of all, can play in the future of Limerick, and more importantly, the key role that the community in that geographical area, I suppose, both can and more importantly that we want them to play in the future of Limerick, and indeed the future of Clare. Because what this does is it opens up that area to the east, to the west, and more importantly, I think opens it up as a huge opportunity for economic and, more importantly, from my perspective, for social opportunities. A lot of this has been planned along the way. A lot of it has been highlighted in various programs, in various plans, and I know, because I've heard the conversations with people, that I've been one of those people that were great at doing plans in Limerick, and were great at coming up with the right ideas, but today is about actually showing how you get that to become not a plan but execution. And I was talking earlier to the representatives of Wales, particularly Charles, to say, when we approved this just before Christmas, and I'll come back to that in a little bit, the one thing I liked more than anything else in the briefing that I got was I was told that this is going to be done in stages, and the first stage was a 12-month stage. So my 12 months started just before Christmas for anybody from Wales that's here, and I'm hoping that by this time next year, before Christmas, we'll all be getting together again and driving on the road in the first part of it. So there's a good deadline to go for. But I think it's really important that we actually do have these deadlines now. 12 months for the first phase, 24 months for the second phase, as we go on with the entire project expected to take place 24 months. I think everybody in the room knows that during that 24 months, we also hope to do so much more. And to have so much more become a reality in the area whether it's again, a conversation that's taking place around the railway station, I think solutions about entrances, all those various things about University Way or Avenue, depending on what you prefer to call it these days. And all of the other plans that we have for the housing in Pineview and all the other housing that's so badly needed in this area. But coming back to today and what I mentioned, there's times you get very lucky in political life, and this is one of them, I feel, in terms of being, as I said earlier to me, being the lucky one to be signing a contract on behalf of the people of Limerick. But that's an easy job to do. The hard job was done by pretty much everybody else in this room. And they're the ones that I hope tonight will go home feeling really good about today and what they've achieved. We have people from Donald Donoghue, from the Department of Transport, and indeed all his colleagues, to really thank for this. And in particular, the pressure that they came under towards the end of last year to meet the deadline so that we could just drive on with this. And I really want to congratulate, in a way, or more importantly, to thank them for making that all possible. We have the consultants, MRG and Rogan O'Donovan, who gave a lot of expertise along the way and will continue to do it. We have our own service, and I know, Pat, you have already kind of, mentioned this in our management meeting at the beginning of the year about all the work that Brian and Hugh and Natasha did. But they in some ways are only following in the footsteps of others as well that have helped to set up today. Most principally, I suppose, if I'm thinking of three names, Vincent Murray and Kieran O'Gorman, and Joe, who's kind of, sitting up at the front, who everybody in Moyross knows Joe Delaney. And all the rest of the staff that have worked with them, because I can say from the first instance, and there was a lovely line in the speech, if you'll allow me to just go back to say, I kind of smiled, I couldn't actually figure out how to say this without kind of, laughing. It was described in the speech as this project hit some roadblocks along the way. And I couldn't think of a better euphemism for what has been happening in the last number of years here. But there was a real determination which has to be commended, and it gives me huge hope for the future. From all of those people that worked in the City Council, and all those people that they enlisted to help, all those councillors who along the way were asked to kind of prod people. I'm sure Deputy where he is there knows how many phone calls he and other TVs got to actually get this across the line every time there was a blockage. And nobody gave up. They kept going forward. And the reason they did that was because this is a community that isn't giving up. This is a community that, as I said, I think began with this campaign, kept with it, pushed lads like me to videos down on the road to make sure that I knew the importance of it and that we were prepared to commit for this. And it's that community, as I said earlier, that I hope is going home tonight with a kind of a bit of extra hope, a bit of extra kind of, feeling about the future and what it will bring. Because there's no doubt in my mind that sometimes it's one piece of investment leads to another and leads to another. And when you can prove that you can drive one of the hardest projects, the rest is going to seem really easy to do. And I really wish, we'll be behind you all the way for obvious reasons in City Hall, because we really do believe in Moyross and we believe in the whole north side and the future that brings. And indeed today, there's a whole lot of architects coming together in the Royal Institute of Architects, the review that I mentioned to some people in the thing. They're just getting briefings now before they start thinking about where the potential is for communities like this and others across the city to help guide our own thoughts in this. And I just want to really say, with the last piece of Irish that I will use this, we're really there for one of the greatest, I think, outcomes we've had to start the new year. If you want to say Happy New Year to somebody, there's no better way than sitting up there and signing this contract. So thank you very much.